What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have had a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed Super Bowl 57. I cannot believe that the season is officially over. We have no more football for no more regular season football for I think 206 days. But do not fear. We have got plenty of fantasy football entertainment coming your guys' way all off season long. We'll be doing all kinds of way too early mock drafts, all kinds of underdog best ball drafts, and all kinds of preparation for our first ever Catch Fam Dynasty Fantasy Football League. So do not fear. We got plenty of content coming your guys' way. I'm as excited as ever for this coming off season. So nonetheless, you guys know what time it is, baby. Time for another live, way too early 2023 fantasy football mock draft with you guys, with the Catch Fam. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. It is live in the YouTube chat. It is live on Discord. Get this thing filled up. We're gonna roll with a random order tonight. You guys know the drill, right? I mean, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, 2 flexes, kicker, defense, 5 bench spots, standard draft settings. So appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Hit that like button on the way and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and hop in live chat. Let me know what's popping, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and randomize it. That was super quick. Let's go. And we're not going to waste any time tonight. We're going to go in and kick this thing off. So hope you guys are ready. 30 seconds per pick. Let's kick off another way too early mock draft with you guys. All right. Kyrie, you're officially on the board. Okay, so the Super Bowl. We had the Super Bowl last night. Listen, initially I was kind of like, okay, there's kind of a lot to break down. Maybe not a lot. But we'll talk about the game tonight as well while we're mocking and everything. But I do think at the end of the day, a lot of people were disappointed with the final play. Or, you know, the play that had the flag, right? The holding call on Bradbury, right? And I think the biggest issue that we saw was from a production standpoint. They were showing the wrong part of the play. They weren't actually really showing when he got held. I'm gonna go C-Mac here. They needed to be showing the beginning of the play. So when you were seeing it live, and then you had Greg Olsen freaking out as well, it made you angry, because you're like, what in the world? They literally were not showing when Bradbury was actually holding him, but the other aspect there is that they weren't calling anything all game. And then you decide on literally the most crucial play of the game to throw a flag. So I don't have as much of an issue with the flag being thrown as I initially did. Because initially I was like, what? I agreed with Olsen, right? But then as things have come out, I've seen, you see different angles, you hear different people talking about it. I'm not as upset, but I am I don't know. I just think at the end of the day, what we should have gotten is not the flag on that play. The Chiefs would still kick a field goal, but there'd still be time on the clock, and the Eagles would at least have a shot for a final drive to try and either tie the game or win the game, and as quick as they could. And I just wish that we got to see that. So I was kind of disappointed last night. But hey, whether you like it or not, the Kansas City Chiefs are your world champs. And I mean, we said it all week, right? The last 2 weeks. I thought the Eagles are going to win. But I would not be surprised whatsoever if the Chiefs pulled it off. Because the Chiefs, led by Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, that's all. I mean, we literally streamed yesterday, and I said, at the end of the day, Andy Reid is the head coach, Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback. I will not be surprised in the least bit if the Chiefs win this football game. And hey, I will say this, I felt like I was very vocal in the off season about the fact that I thought the Chiefs could be really, really good, even though that division on paper got way tougher. and even though Tyreek Hill signed with the Dolphins. I was very vocal about the fact that literally Andy Reid is an offensive guru, and on top of that, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. So I was not surprised whatsoever when they had a very good season, but I will say I didn't have as much faith in them in the playoffs as I should have. I kind of doubted them. I kind of, leaned the Bengals, right? I didn't really lean the Jags. I mean, I thought the Jags had a chance, but I leaned the Bengals, and I leaned the Eagles overall. And we just got to, whether you like it or not, we got to put respect on the Chiefs as a whole. We got to put respect on Patrick Mahomes' name, which we already have. But ultimately, this is your quote-unquote dynasty team moving forward, right? 3 Super Bowls, or 3 Super Bowl appearances, I should say, 2 Super Bowl victories. And who's to say they're going to slow down anytime soon, as long as Mahomes and Kelsey are healthy. And the craziest thing, the thing that stands out to me more than anything in this game, right, because there's a lot more to break down, than everything I just said, right? The Chiefs' offensive line played amazing. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't allow a single sack to the Eagles last night, and the Eagles were one of the best teams in the entire league, if not the best team. They may have literally led the NFL in sacks. Chiefs' offensive line played amazing. The Eagles' offensive line played very well. Also, I think there was only 1 sack in the game, and that was by the Chiefs. So, yeah, it's just crazy, man. Let me make a pick here very quickly. Gosh, I'm used to having this on 2 screens. I'm going to snag up ETN. Go double running back tonight. But, yeah, it was a great game at the end of the day. I thought it would be a lower scoring game. I thought the defenses would actually play a little bit better overall. I thought the run game would be a little bit more emphasized for both teams. I mean, both run games were actually decent in the game. But overall, I thought it'd be a little bit lower scoring, and we got points. I mean, it was an incredibly entertaining Super Bowl at the end of the day, But, man, I just wish we could have seen the Eagles with one more drive. That's it at the end of the day. But Jalen Hurts deserves all the praise in the world as well. He stuck through this game, had the fumble early. That was a huge momentum swing. That was a huge play when it comes to, kind of swinging the momentum. I mean, that's 7 points, right? 7 points definitely mattered. So, he definitely showed, some strength through adversity. Hurts just played amazing at the end of the day. But both defenses really just didn't play that well. And at the end of the day, whether you agree with the flag being thrown or not, the Eagles defense literally let the Chiefs do whatever they wanted in the second half of the football game. Literally whatever they wanted. I mean, you saw Kadarius Toney score. You saw Sky Moore score. The special teams unit broke down for the Eagles. I mean, it's tough to blame it on just one play. Ultimately, the Eagles put themselves in that position, and they did not play well from a defensive standpoint at all in the second half. And you can't do that against a offense that is led by Patrick Mahomes. So, whether you agree with the flag being thrown or not, I still think there's some blame that you got to look at when it comes to the Eagles on top of that. So, I'm going to pick Mahomes tonight and honor the Super Bowl. I'm going to switch it up. All right. Thank you guys for being here, man. I'm going to hop in the live chat. We'll continue to talk about the game a little bit throughout the night as well. All right, Bossman Fat, what's up, what's up? Wouldn't say I'm depressed, excited for free agency in the draft. Yeah, I'm being dramatic, but I'm excited for the offseason as well. Box and the Jack, what's up, what's up? Good to see you, man. At least we have Mox keep us occupied. That's right. We've got all the time in the world to prepare for next season, which I'm definitely looking forward to. Don, what's going on, bro? Yeah, I got the link out there for you. Hope you were able to get in. I saw that Big Spence had an issue, got kicked. I don't know what happened, man. Sorry, broski. Thomas, hello. Marco, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Boss, man, looked away for 5 seconds. I almost missed out. Yeah, you guys filled it super quick tonight. Not even close. Marco, picking right behind you today. Better not snipe me. I will try not to, my dude. I'm going to kind of switch it up tonight, see what happens. Albert was good, bro. Hello, hello. Yeah, you guys got to be careful. Sometimes these mocks can fill, I mean, literally like within 5 seconds. I apologize, guys. Yeah, Thomas, Don, Prey. I'm sorry, my dudes. Let's see. Good to see you, by the way, Prey. Taylor, I don't know what happened, my dude. Sleeper is being kind of buggy. Like, I usually pull up the draft on my second monitor as well, and it's not letting me, so I don't know. Maybe it's just having some malfunctions tonight. Derek, he tugged his jersey, but he didn't push him off the route at all. Such a weak call, in my opinion. That same thing happens almost every play. Yeah, I mean, I do think that at the end of the day, you know, they were letting both sides play. And when you let both sides play, you know, and you let something, you know, things slide like all game, like there were like barely any penalties in this game. You know, it's just not fair at the end of the day to decide you're going to throw a flag on the most important play of the game, you know? And I don't know, man. I do think that it shouldn't have happened that way. But at the end of the day, it did happen. So, like I said, whether you like it or not, the Chiefs are our world champs. Thomas, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Welcome to Catch Fam, my dude. Excited to have you as a member and to, of course, have you in the Dynasty League this year as well. Thank you, man. For those of you guys who aren't members, members will get access to our Dynasty Leagues as well as exclusive redraft leagues, as well as all kinds of other fun shenanigans throughout the year. Oh, Saquon did go at 3. Yeah, I like the, you know, switching it up a little bit, seeing what happens. Where am I going to go with this next pick? So hard because part of my mic blocks my main screen, so I'm like moving my head around. I guess I need a receiver, right? Receivers are kind of meh. Might go running back. I don't know. I'm pretty okay at running back. I don't really want any of these receivers. Let's go Olave. Let's get some youth on this squad. Don, I do a bunch of regular NFL mock drafts for random teams. Created Twitter. Just keep a log of sort. Oh, let's go. At FB Mock Draft Boy. Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's go. I don't have a Twitter, or else I would follow you. So that's what's up. Hope that picks up for you, man. Thomas just joined. It's official, like a referee's whistle. Dynasty, baby. I love it. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so I will be running a Dynasty. We'll probably run it. Today's only Monday, right? Yeah. I will probably run a Dynasty mock again tomorrow night. But just so you guys are aware, and I'll kind of talk about this on Discord as well, I will be slowing down the streaming schedule for the rest of the month. I haven't really taken a break at all. You know, in terms of creating content for the channel, like obviously things slowed down a lot when the fantasy season ended, but I still haven't really taken a true break, and I definitely need to. So the stream schedule this month will start to kind of wind down a little bit, but every week, no matter what, I will be running at least one 2023 way too early fantasy football mock draft, one best ball draft through Underdog as long as they're open, and one dynasty mock as well. And some weeks I will run 2 of the regular mock drafts. So we'll go Lockett before someone steals him from me. But just so you guys are aware, and yeah. So obviously the Dynasty mocks will be reserved for YouTube members, and then they will open up to the public whenever they, you know, if there's room. But yeah, just so you guys know. I don't know exactly how that schedule is going to look. Like, I'm probably going to try and sit down and plan which days I do it. It'll probably be between Fridays and, sorry, I just punched my mic, between Fridays and Tuesdays. So just so you guys know, there will be, at least 2 nights a week, like some weeks 3 nights a week where I'm not streaming. And then I do have a couple things coming up that I'm doing with the family in the next 2 months or so. So I will be taking like a weekend or so off here and there as well, just so you guys are aware. But it's that time of year to do it, to get some rest and kind of decompress from football for a little bit. But we'll be streaming and doing all kinds of things throughout the off season, so don't worry about it. What's up, Shane? Good to see you. What's up? Marco, while the flag was definitely controversial in the moment, I feel like people should give Mahomes and the Chiefs more credit for the second half and that huge punt return by Tony to set them up. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. And I think that was part of the point I made when I was kind of opening up the stream. Was like, you got to put respect on the Chiefs' name, on Patrick Mahomes' name, Andy Reid's name, Kelsey's name. The offensive line played great. Everyone on this team offensively, literally everybody except for MVS. MVS didn't really do anything. He got locked down. They all contributed to this game. And it was just like the perfect blend of Andy Reid play calling. Like I said, we saw Sky Moore score. We saw Kadarius Toney score, and he had the huge punt return. And Juju Smith-Schuster had a really good game at the end of the day. Juju played very well, made some good contesting catches. Juju really, really at the end of the day actually surprised me and impressed me as well. I actually want to look up his full stats. So, yeah, he had 9 targets, 7 receptions for 53 receiving yards. That doesn't, sound amazing, but we're not, going off of this being like a fantasy score or anything. He caught 7 passes out of 9 targets in the Super Bowl. And he played a big role on some very important drives for the Chiefs as well. I just thought that, he stepped up at the right moment. He kind of, he had a good season, especially the middle of the season, but then he kind of died down at the end of the year, didn't do a whole lot, was banged up throughout the playoffs and stuff. I just thought he showed up, and that was nice to see as well. But yeah, literally everyone on the Chiefs contributed in some way. The game plan just worked out really well. So, yeah, man, they played a great second half. I think I saw a stat. There's only one Super Bowl team that has led by double digits going into halftime before last night that lost the game, and that was the Atlanta Falcons against the Patriots. And last night the Eagles led by 2 scores, 10 points total, and obviously they lost the game. So now you got 2 of them. Marco, I bet a lot of people would be saying the Chiefs got robbed if they don't hold it or call that hold at the end. So it's kind of a lose-lose. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Sometimes on a play like that, you get a replay and everyone starts talking about it. Someone points it out. And sometimes no one ever notices because stuff like that happens on a lot of plays. So it's hard to say, but and that's the thing, right? The Chiefs would have kicked a field goal anyways. There would have been time on the clock. And then still would have been up to the Eagles to score. But you look at the drive before the last Eagles offensive possession. If you're the Chiefs, you got to be thinking oh my gosh, we cannot give them the ball back because the Eagles scored so quickly and then went for 2 and converted so quickly. You got to imagine if the Eagles did get the ball back and they did score, I think they would have gone for 2 because the Chiefs defense just looked lost against them, other than the fumble return and everything. They just looked lost. And that last offensive drive that the Eagles had was probably their best, So I would have not. The Jalen Hurts sneak. How many times did they call that, and it worked every single time. So Don, call was fine. Bradbury knew it too. Yeah, and it's he thought he was going to be able to get away with it. I think that's the bigger issue, right? He thought he'd be able to get away with it because they weren't calling it at all during the game, and that happens on a consistent basis. The biggest issue is that there's just not consistency with reffing when it comes to the National Football League. It's not just the NFL, but and I do think that sometimes, I don't think the NFL is rigged. I don't think it's I don't think there's a script, but I do think sometimes things get pushed in certain directions. But hey, it's what it is, man. All right, wow, running backs are bad right now. Go AJ Dillon. Miles Sanders did not have a great game last night. Does he move back a little bit in ADP? It looks like tonight he is. Kyrie team is looking solid so far. 100%, man. 3 RBs, 3 receivers, a little tight end action. Ooh, early 2024 Super Bowl matchup predictions. Jaguars or Chiefs for the AFC. Eagles or Niners. Outside the Jaguars, like the most boring potential matchups I could think of. I do think the Jaguars are like my surprise team for next year. They're not really a surprise team. But yeah, I don't know. After the NFL draft and after some of the offseason and free agency settles, I'll be able to get a better picture. But I think those are the top 4 teams going into next year, Obviously, the Bills got to get some at some point. I think the Bengals get there eventually. But I have a bad feeling the Bills are going to end up being one of those teams that's really good in the regular season and then doesn't always keep it going in the offseason. I got a really bad feeling about that. Because every couple of years you have a team that is consistently really good in the regular season and just can't always piece it together in the offseason. I don't know, man. I don't know. Where was I in the chat? Godfather, what's good, bro? Hello. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you enjoyed the game. Smokey, what's up, man? Did not expect that high score game. I was thinking I played it safe betting under 65 FML. Yeah, dude, I had like so many. I just threw together like 50 random parlays over the last 2 weeks, right? And none of them really stood a chance because that's not true. But two mistakes I made in a lot of them is I thought I picked a lot of really safe unders, like 59.5, 60 points, 65. All those went out the door. The closest parlay I had actually had under 60 points, I think. So yeah. Not taking any unders again. I mean, if the odds for over 70 points was probably pretty nice, and I don't think a lot of people probably took it, But yeah, we got a high scoring game last night, which was nice to see, All right, man. I gotta figure out who am I gonna draft. I guess I need a tight end. Oops. Give me Freiermuth. Godfather, the only issue is that the games aren't officiated consistently the entire game. You can't call something during a crucial moment that isn't being called regularly during the rest of the game. 100% agree. 100%. Eagles backfield could be switched up. Yeah, Gainwell I think is going to be the guy for the Eagles next year. For sure. Gainwell looked good last night. It is pretty lame picks, boss man. Yeah, I think the Jaguars take a big step forward next year. There's some books out there that have the Lions as the favorite to win their division. I think the Vikings could have a little juice in them, but I just don't know. They're going to have to make some drastic changes defensively. I still like the Bengals a lot, too. The Chargers are kind of interesting, but they got a lot of work to do, in my opinion. Chargers always kind of that team that should be around, but just doesn't end up being around. I still think the Cowboys have a pretty good roster, just have no faith in them, you know? So it's tough. I don't really know who I think another sneaky I mean, the Broncos are... If Sean Payton can really take the offense a step forward, their defense was amazing last year. So... Godfather, Bills, Niners, early Super Bowl pick. I don't hate it. Curry got Bengals versus Niners. Got Bengals winning it. Be interesting. I do think the Bengals will win a Super Bowl the next 3 years. And I want them to. Love me some Burrow and Chase. Yeah. So, we'll see what happens. Alright. Jags versus Commanders. No way that's happening, bro. Commanders are cursed. Give me Gainwell. I don't care if it's early. I'm going to try and push Gainwell's ADP up. And I want him on my team. Bills equal the new Packers. Well, at least the Packers won one under Aaron Rodgers. But, sure, fair enough. Dolphins next year, Tua's a goat. Maybe. Sam Howell's the truth. Let's go. Scary Terry's not getting the Super Bowl with the Commanders. I grew up in that area. I grew up rooting for that team. I can say that. Unfortunately, man. I mean, that franchise is... They got, like, years and years and years of work to do. Years and years and years. So, see what happens. Cowboys and new Packers. Well, Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl under their regime either. Or the Packers, a new Cowboys. Packers will be an interesting team to track this offseason. Alright, so where were we, man? Going into the 9th round. I still want to see if I can get... It's like bothering me that I sorry, that I can't have the draft on a second screen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Sleeper, man. But oh well. Pray, I'm so sad I finished my pound of beef jerky. That's a lot of beef jerky, dude. A lot of beef jerky. All right, I got to get some receivers on this team. We look pretty good just about everywhere else. All right, so for those of you in the Dynasty League, we will be running a Dynasty Startup mock tomorrow. We also got to come to a conclusion about how we want to run this draft. Looks like we want to do a slow draft, which is good. I wanted that, but yeah, it looks like slow draft is in order. And then, which we can talk about this tomorrow for those of you who are in the Dynasty League. But we got to figure out how exactly we want to set that up. I know you guys are having some different discussions about that. I got to find some value receivers. Jeez. Oh, goodness. Adam Thielen. Take Boyd. Yeah, I mean, I basically just got to, like, fill this roster out with receivers. I don't think I'm going to draft another running back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Shane, slow draft 4-hour pick or 8-hour stop at 10 p.m. start back at 7 a.m. I wonder if I could set it to do that where it like cuts off at a certain time then starts back up. Or do I just have to manually go in and do that myself? Yeah, I know some people were talking about we could potentially do like, you know, the first 4 rounds at like a 2-minute timer or a 1.5-minute timer, and then cut it off for the first 5 rounds and cut it off and turn it into a slow draft. But I don't exactly know how I would make that work. Like, I guess I could just change the settings at whatever point, but I don't know. We're going to figure it out, and it'll be fine either way. But yeah, I'm not totally against. Yeah, I think when we were talking slow draft, most people were saying 8 hours, which do you think makes sense? Oh, I gotta check who won the NFL Playoff Challenge. I think Godfather did, right? I cannot believe I forgot to check my lineup. I finished 6th overall, and I didn't even set my final lineup. Oh my gosh, and Steven beat me. Steven was number 5. If I just set my lineup, I would have at least beaten Steven. I don't think anyone was going to beat Godfather. Who in the world was on your team? All Chiefs and AJ Brown. Wow. Literally the perfect lineup, man. Because you had mainly all Chiefs since round 1, then you added AJ Brown. I mean, it's yeah, very nice. All right, hold on. I got to take I already owe you a free gift from the season. Now you just get another gift. Let's go. All right, I'm going to take Cole Kmet. I know I was just going to draft receivers, but I'm going to take Kmet there. I think he's the best player on the board. Pray, I forgot to set my lineup as well. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. A lot of people did. Yeah, Godfather. I mean, you had Mahomes since round 1. You had Kelsey, Bucker, and the Chiefs' defense since round 1. You had Kadarius Toney since round 3. You had CMC all the way up to round 3. Then you replaced him with Pacheco. You had Jamar Chase leading up to round 3. Then you replaced him with A.J. Brown. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you won by a landslide. 952 points. So, let's go. There's your top 10. Godfather, Albert, Ryan, Spanky. Not the other Spencer. Steven. I can't believe Steven beat me. Oh, my God. Myself, Robert, Thomas, Marco, and Jace Speezy. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, this is so sad to see. Like, I freaking didn't set my... And, like, in my mind, like, a point of emphasis for the day for yesterday's stream was to make sure I brought this up. And then I was going to set my lineup during the stream that I can't believe I forgot. Makes me look like a bad manager or whatever. But it happens, I guess. Congrats to Godfather. Get yourself a free Catch Fam shirt. Let's go. Derek, bold move taking Wilson and Mostert back-to-back. Be interesting to see where both guys end up next year. Pray, I had almost all Niners players, so I was losing. Yeah, you can still pull through for sure. But it just depends. Yeah, I mean, oh man, I really wanted Rondo more here. But that's okay. I gotta take a receiver. As I'm looking at running backs. Just seeing who's available. All right, I'll go Lizard. Give me the Lizard, man. Marco, snipe John, my life is complete. Yeah, I would have loved to hit Rondo more there. But that's okay, bro. Good pick, good pick. Weird team tonight. Like I said, I wanted to pick the first quarterback, see how things would shape out. Took 2 running backs early, which is okay. Got pretty good receiver value through the 4th round through the 6th round. 2 late round running backs I like. Good tight end value. Not awful receivers here at the end, so could be worse, man. All right, well, I do really, I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. I hope you guys enjoyed this season. Hope you guys enjoyed the fantasy season. Hope you guys are ready for, preparing for next year. And, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl and everyone had fun. Hope you guys ate some good food. I didn't get too crazy. I made nachos, ate a lot of nachos. I made wings for, like, the first time, and they weren't bad. They just weren't, like, I couldn't get them crispy enough. But I did make chicken and dumplings, like I told you guys, and they were good. But I ate leftover chicken and dumplings for lunch today and dinner, and now I never want to eat chicken and dumplings again. Oh, dang, I wanted KJ Osborne this round. Getting sniped here at the end of things. Hunter Renfro, Elijah Moore. I mean, there's still good value here. Go Josh Palmer, though. Let's say Josh Palmer, Rondell Moore, KJ Osborne are like my late round receivers that I really like, who I think could step into larger roles next year. All right, Shane, got your hand up already. What'd you do tonight, man? You got Fields and Wilson. Quarterback room is fine. Schultz at tight end. Tight end room is fine. Jacobs, Jones, Monty, Singletary. I mean, good running back value throughout this draft. I like Monty in the 8th round a lot. Running backs got pushed back a little bit tonight. Oh, I didn't see that Tyler Algier was available. I definitely would have picked Algier over A.J. Dillon. Good pick there, boss man. But nonetheless, receivers, we got Adams, Devonta, Evans, Bateman. Not bad. You got one more pick here as well. Well, actually, you're going to have 3 picks, or 2 more picks, because you have a defense, don't have a kicker. But Elijah Moore. Yeah, I was going to say, that helps the receiver room a little bit. But starting Fields, starting Schultz, starting Jacobs and Jones, Adams and Smith. So your core roster is very, very nice. Very, very good. Then the flex, I mean, you got to choose between Evans, Monty, Bateman, Singletary, Elijah Moore, and whoever you draft next. So flex is a little bit shaky, but I think, you get Monty and Evans to kind of step up, for example. You're in a really good spot. Donta Foreman's a good pick there at 14.3. But, yeah, the core roster is really, really good. And you just kind of be rotating the flex, which is perfectly okay. Derek, I think I've taken KJ at every mock so far. Yeah, I think he's going to have a bigger role next year for sure. Tom, where are we at, broski? We got Prescott and Cousins, good quarterback room. Hawkinson and Johnson, good tight end room. Barkley, Stevenson, Pacheco, Wilson, and Mostert. Good running back value throughout the draft. Wilson, Cooper, Pittman, Jones. Probably take just 4 receivers, unless you take whatever kicker or defense, but that's okay. You can get through coming out of your draft with just 4. But that's, kind of what happens if you pick 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends. You usually sacrifice a little at, kick or receiver or running back. So, nonetheless, you're starting Prescott and Hawkinson, Barkley and Stevenson, Wilson and Cooper, flexing Pacheco and Pittman. Yeah, very nice. Then you got Jones, 2 kind of free agent handcuff running backs in Wilson and Mostert, Cousins and Jawan Johnson on the bench. So good team. Core roster is good. Flex position is good. You got some options on the bench. Good squad, man. Let's see. Juked. Glad you got to draft with us tonight, man. Hope you've been doing well. We got Burrow and Mandrews. You're set at quarterback and tight end. We got Lamb, Hill, Godwin, Mooney, and Claypool. Good receiver room. Pretty good value at receiver throughout the draft. Kamara, Cook, Rashad White, Gibson, and Cordero, Patty, and Cheese. A little bit thinner at running back, kind of a late round, so to speak, mid-round running back draft. Definitely need Kamara to not be suspended. But I think Cook and Rashad White are good value for sure. But, I mean, that can happen if you go early quarterback and early tight end. You got to make a sacrifice somewhere. Made the sacrifice at running back. We saw quite a few builds like this last year that had success. So, as long as you hit on the right guys, it can absolutely work. So, you're starting Burrow and Andrews. Let me make this pick. Sorry. Give Brett Meyer some love here. Yeah, you're starting Burrow and Andrews. We'll say Kamara and Cook. Lamb and Hill. Flexing Godwin and White. That leaves you with Mooney, Gibson, Patty and Cheese, and Claypool on the bench. You got a great kicker, great defense, good team. Yeah, man. Good drafting tonight. Let's see. Derek, KJ, and Kirk, and all 5 or some mocks have done. I love both those picks, man. Marco, for real though, I didn't really know about the channel this season, which is probably why my season was terrible. I appreciate that confidence you have in us. I know John will lead me to the promised land this year. Cannot wait. Absolutely, man. Can't wait as well. Glad that you came across the channel, and I appreciate you being part of the community, my guy. Box and the Jack. Oh, I haven't been highlighting you guys' teams. I'm sorry. We got Herbie fully loaded and Jared Goff at quarterback. I love it. Goddard at tight end. I love that. Diggs, Metcalf, J-Mo, DPJ, Chark. Good receiver value throughout the draft. A little bit of stack action there as well, at least with the Lions. We got Chubb, Dobbins, Jamal Williams, Pirine, CH. Pretty good running back value throughout the draft. So nothing that really jumps out for me on this team, but it's just a good, consistent team overall. So starting Herbert and Goddard, Diggs and Metcalf, Chubb and Dobbins. The core roster is really good. In the flex, I mean, you got J-Mo, Jamal, DPJ, Pirine, Chark, and Clyde. So you have to figure something out there. Might be rotating some guys, might be playing the waiver, but ultimately, still a good team. Good defense, good kicker as well. Core roster is really nice, man. Marco, what we do? We got Allen and Kittle. Say no more. Bajan, Pierce, Sanders, Charbonnet. Good value at running back throughout the draft. Pierce went kind of late tonight. 6.8 is a good value for him. Chase, Ridley, JSN, Johnston, Flowers, Moore, Booty. Lots of young receivers here. Too hard to tell, but ultimately you're led by Jamar Chase and Calvin Ridley, so you should be okay there. Got the Bass Man and the Giants defense here. Good little team. Starting Allen, starting Kittle, starting Bajan and Pierce, starting Chase and Ridley. Then the flex, you're probably going to throw in a rookie receiver and Miles Sanders, right? So, good team. It looks like a dynasty build, but that's okay. It's a good squad, bro. I like it. Taylor. We got Jackson and Watson and Njoku and Dolchich. Should be good at quarterback and tight end there. Receivers, we got Kupp, Brown, and Higgins. Whew. Then he added London and Addison. Good value there towards the end. Connor, Gibbs, Robinson, Madison. Like, running back value is pretty damn good here as well. Ravens defense and McManus. Starting Jackson, starting Njoku or Dolchich, either one. Kupp and Brown. Connor and Robinson, I would argue, to start the year. Then Higgins and flexing London. I like this team a lot. Yeah, that leaves you with Gibbs, Addison, one of the tight ends, Madison, Watson on the bench. Good squad, bro. Yeah, I like this team a lot. Core roster is really nice. Got some good options for the flex and some upside on the bench as well. Good team, man. Let's see here. Kyrie. It's going to be hard with the way my setup is tonight, but that's okay. We got the youth at quarterback. We got Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Okay. Waller and Knox at tight end. That's okay. I like taking a second tight end with Waller. J.J. Hopkins, Michael Thomas, Cortland Sutton, Jahan Dotson at receiver. Good receiver room. Breece Hall, Javonte, DeAndre Swift, Kareem Hunt. Good running back room. Pat's defense, Nick Folk. So, yeah. I mean, obviously you're taking a big risk here. Drafting 2 rookie quarterbacks could pay off. Could be some struggles. You'll probably be streaming someone if you realistically draft this team. But not taking a quarterback early ultimately led you to a lot of good depth at running back and receiver. But I still think, you probably want to take the risk of just one or the other, whether it's Young or Stroud. There's always growing pains when it comes to rookie quarterbacks. You could have gotten Goff or Tua, Wilson, Watson, Cousins. If you could take Cousins or Goff and then take CJ Stroud as opposed to Young over one of the veterans, I kind of like that route a little bit more. But ultimately, you're going to start CJ Stroud or Bryce Young at quarterback. Probably start Waller at tight end as long as he's healthy. Start JJ and Hopkins, Hall and Javonte. Then you're flexing Swift. And I'm going to argue Cortland Sutton, but you also got Thomas and Dotson, and Dawson Knox and Bryce Young. Or CJ Stroud, whoever you don't start. So the core roster is good. You just, it can be tough to start a rookie quarterback right out the gate in fantasy is all. But, yeah, man. I mean, the core roster outside of quarterback looks really good. So, good draft. Micah. We got Danny Dimes. Tua time. Good quarterback room. Tight end, we got Kyle Pitts himself. We got JT, Najee Harris, Cam Akers, Acne, and Evans at running back. Good running back room. Nice rookie value at the end. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Mike Williams, Hollywood Brown, Treylon Burks, Gabe Davis at receiver. Good receiver room as well. Good value throughout the draft for sure. I love the confidence in Amon-Ra as well at 2.4. Eagles defense and Dicker the kicker. So, starting Danny Dimes, starting Kyle Pitts, starting JT and Najee, Amon-Ra, Mike Williams, flexing Cam Akers, and Hollywood Brown. Leaves you with Burks, Davis, Tua, and 2 rookie running backs on the bench. Good kicker and Dicker, and good defense in Philly. So, yeah, good squad here, man. I like it. Good core roster, and you're in a good position for the flex and your bench. Good draft. Shane, hope you have a good night, man. I appreciate you hanging out tonight, man. Have a good dinner. All right, boss, man. We got Hurts and Kelsey. Say no more. Walker, Algier, Tucker, Penny, Herbert. Good running back value throughout the draft. Algier at 7.7 is great. I don't know how I missed him at 7.4, but yeah, good value throughout the draft at the position. Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, Christian Watson, Pickens, and Tony and Mechie. Really good receiver value throughout the draft. Carlson, the Jags defense. Yeah, I love this team, man. For taking a tight end in the first round and the third quarterback off the board, definitely a good squad. Definitely a good squad. I don't think that realistically Jalen Hurts will be the third quarterback off the board next year. But I could see in a lot of leagues that happening as well. It's going to be really close between Mahomes, Allen, and Hurts. And then Burrow is going to be right outside that line as well. So, I think I personally still like Hurts the most. But I just went with Mahomes tonight in honor of the Super Bowl victory. But I love those 4 guys right there. Then I think in a lot of leagues, Lawrence is going to go at 5. And then you're going to have a toss-up between Herbert, Jackson. Actually, I think that Fields will be... I think in a lot of leagues, Fields will go 5 or 6. In a lot of leagues, Lawrence will go 5 or 6. Then you have a toss-up of Herbert, Jackson, maybe Kyler Murray, depending on what his health is looking like. Then you're going to move into the next tier of like Danny Dimes, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson, Watson, Tua, and those Geno Smith. Maybe some of the rookie quarterbacks as well. Those guys will be all over the place. We'll get a better ADP as time goes on. But back to your team. Sorry, I went on a side note there. Starting Hurts, starting Kelsey, starting Walker and Algier, Allen, Jeudy, Watson, and Pickens, including your 2 flex spots. That leaves you with Tucker, Tony, Penny, Herbert, Mechie on the bench. A lot of upside there. I really like this team. The core roster, including the 2 flex spots, is really good, even if Allen has a little bit of a question mark going into next year. Yeah, really good team, man. Love it. All right. We already hit your team, right, Kyrie? Derek, what we do tonight, man? T-Law and Geno, a quarterback. I'm good with that. Ingram, a tight end. I'm good with that. Eckler, Pollard, McKinnon, Mitchell. Good running back value through the draft. And if he only came out with 4. Waddle, Kirk, Juju, Ayuk, Myers, Osborne. Really good receiver value throughout this draft, for sure. Jets defense, and you got Jason Myers. So, starting T-Law, starting Ingram, starting Eckler and Pollard, Waddle and Kirk. I love that core roster. And you're flexing Ayuk for sure. And then your second flex, you're going to have Juju, McKinnon, Myers, Mitchell, Osborne. And you got Geno on the bench. Great team. Really well-built team, head to toe. Good squad, man. Little stack action there with T-Law as well. Looks like a best ball team. Good squad. Taylor debated going Zach Evans over Madison. I'm a big fan of his game, but I think he's going to be a stud. Yeah, I think Zach Evans is a good value there for sure at 13.9. Derek Hurts, my QB1, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen. Yeah, I think those top 4 you could really debate in a lot of different directions. Taylor, if I can get Lamar in the late 4th, early 5th, I'd absolutely take that all day. Yeah, I do think that Lamar is going to be a quarterback. I mean, I think in a lot of leagues you're going to take Lamar after Justin Herbert and after Trevor Lawrence. I'm actually surprised that Fields has been dropping back a little bit. I really think that Fields is going to go, by the time it's summertime, I think Fields is going to be ranked as like the QB6 in most leagues. But We'll see what happens. All right, we'll start to wrap things up. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. I appreciate you guys drafting with me. Make sure you guys smash that like on the way out. Join the Discord if you guys haven't done so already. Follow us on Instagram. Both those links in the description down below. But let me take a look at my squad as we wrap it up tonight. Like I said, switched up tonight. Didn't really have a game plan. Went QB early. So we took Mahomes. Obviously, we're good there. Tight end, we got Freiermuth and Komet. We're good there. We got CMC, ETN, Dillon, Gainwell for a 4 RB team. I'm not too upset there. Loaded up at receiver. Olave, Lockett, DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, Allen Lazard, Josh Palmer. Really wanted Rondell Moore. Got sniped by Marco. Really wanted KJ Osborne. And who sniped me there? Yeah, Derek. That's what I thought. Got sniped by Derek. So ended up with Lazard and Palmer, which I'm not too upset about. But those are the other two guys that I would have liked. Rondell Moore and KJ Osborne. Broncos defense and the playoff legend Brett Meyer. So be starting Mahomes, starting Freiermuth, CMC and ETN, Olave and Lockett. Then I feel like I'm in a good position for the flex. I got DJ Moore, AJ Dillon, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyler Boyd, Allen Lazard, Josh Palmer, and Cole Kmet, even if I wanted to throw a tight end in there. So Broncos defense and Brett Meyer. So maybe move to a different kicker because I don't think he's going to be on the Cowboys next year. But nonetheless, you can always stream kickers. It's fine. But yeah, I like this team. I'll be okay with this squad. So wanted to test out going QB early to see what would happen. J-Dubs, what's up, bro? Sorry that you're catching us at the end of the stream. Appreciate you swinging by, my dude. Marco, appreciate you drafting with us tonight. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Derek, appreciate you, my dude. I know, I can't believe there's no football either. Sad, sad. The sad, dark ages are here. J-Dubs, as my number 2 rookie receiver right now, I like it. I like it. Box and the Jack have a good one as well. There's always best ball. You're right, J-Dubs. Yes, J-Dubs, I did talk about that earlier. We will be running a Dynasty mock tomorrow. So that'll be open to members first. And those who are already part of the Dynasty League, like yourself. And then if we need to, we can fill it out with anyone else who wants to join as well. So, yeah, man. We will be throwing together a Dynasty startup mock tomorrow. I am super excited. And no, both leagues are not full. There's still room in League 2. If any of you guys are interested, let me know. Got to be a YouTube member to join. Or you have to sign up by March 1st. But I don't know. I got a couple things in mind. But we have 6 spots left for the second league. So we will start to get that filled up. If you guys are in either league and you have not become a YouTube member yet, remember, you have till March 1st to stay eligible. If you're not a YouTube member by March 1st, you're going to make me really sad. I'm going to make some sort of decision. Yeah, I'll keep advertising J-Dubs. Like I talked about earlier in the stream, this month, going into next month, the streams will slow down a little bit. I will still be running a way too early mock draft every week. I will still be running a Dynasty mock every week, and I will be running an Underdog Best Ball draft night every week as well. And most weeks I'll probably do 2 regular mock drafts because I know a lot of you guys want to do those, and it seems to be a good way to keep the community connected, and that's something I can also run with Steven. So yeah, but just so you guys know, we will start to be winding down a little bit on the streams as well, just for this month and part of next month as well. So but yeah, I will definitely keep advertising, keep everyone in the loop, and we'll get the second league filled for sure, J-Dubs. So all right, Boss Man Fat, J-Dubs, Boxing the Jack, Derek, Marco, Taylor, Kyrie, Shane, Micah, Juked, Tom, Prey, Godfather, Smokey the Cat, Don, Thomas, Albert. That's everyone I can see. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you to those of you who did subscribe to the channel. What am I saying? Who drafted tonight. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. I don't know where I was going with that one, but thank you guys for hanging out tonight, man. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Super Bowl. Hope you guys enjoyed the NFL season. Hope you guys enjoyed the fantasy season. Plenty of content coming still here in the off season here at the channel, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And yeah, man, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Love this community. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. We'll be running a Dynasty Mock Startup Draft, so I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys, man. Everyone have a great night. Everyone have a safe night. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. With that, I will say, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch.